Hello and welcome to the final 9 holes, the back 9, round 4, 2017 United States Disc Golf Championship from Rock Hill, South Carolina. Big sexy commentary, myself, Nate Sexton, and Jeremy Koling.
Coming down to the final 9 holes of the 2017 championship here. Nate, you're gonna have a 6-stroke lead on this card. There is a player that's doing some things on the second card though that you have to kind of keep in mind.
Yeah.
But we'll maybe come to that in a little bit.
Yeah. Hole 10, 554-foot par 4. You can go straight across for the eagle, as many players will do. If you want to play safe, it's either a very short shot straight off the tee pad, just slightly left, or you can go a little bit more aggressive, try to bite off a little bit more down that left side fairway.
This is coming in at the easiest hole of the day. Kind of surprising, just because it is a stroke and distance hole, and you can see big numbers being taken on this hole.
Here's a big shot right here from Ricky, going for the eagle, do or die.
Yeah, it's time to start making strokes up here, and he's put it well inside the circle.
Beautiful shot.
Incredible shot. That's a crowd pleaser every time. And I know you're going to be going with this low orc here, aiming straight at the church in the background. Shot that you taught me.
And man, I got it a little too high, but luckily it fell inbounds, but I'm fully 100 feet short of where I expect to be.
Right. And Philo's going to play the kind of safer shot here. He's just calling for it to get down, but he's well in bounds there, not throwing anything that's going to skip too much with the champ rock.
But I saw different.
I will admit that I had a bit of nerves here, considering the last time I threw this disc was on 8 and I shanked it right out of bounds, but I got a great ground skip here.
Yeah, you did. That's beautiful.
And 4 for 4 past that last tree all in bounds on this hole, so I was really pleased with that, the result there with the low release.
This is an absolutely huge shot for me. Being a stroke and distance hole, this is a hole that can absolutely turn into an 8 or 10.
Yeah, it can end your round, it can end your championship hopes, or it can continue your championship hopes if you throw shots like that right inside the bullseye, I believe.
I was so happy. I think it might have been just short of the bullseye, I'm not sure, but it does not matter.
Yeah.
I threw that Firebird, and when it came out of my hand, I was ecstatic to find that I had thrown it with enough pace to get over that bounce.
And that was a cool disc choice there from Philo. Awesome to watch that thing dance around on the ground, and left with a little mortar shot here and left it just a bit shorter than I'd like, but well inside the circle, and should have a pretty easy putt from there. Still out here with Ricky's great tee shot. And yeah, I'm
just a little bit high.
It's kind of one of those rounds so far.
Ricky for eagle.
And that's a way to make things interesting here. If Ricky can continue to put this kind of pressure on, going for big shots, getting eagles, a couple more eagle opportunities. Well, actually, maybe just one on hole 13 coming up.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you birdie 11 and 12, that's basically eagle in these conditions.
It's close, for sure.
So, great eagle there for Rick. And here's a birdie putt for Philo.
Up and in. As I clean up my birdie putt, I got to shout out Paul Macbeth, who on holes 9 and 10 for the championship went for eagle every time, connected on 6 eagles, and the other 2 were just birdies because he missed the putt. He went 14 down on 8 holes.
In 2 holes, 9 and 10.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Really crazy.
Jeez. And we just have to thank Winthrop for giving us the opportunity to play disc golf on their hallowed grounds here at the Recreation Center.
Yeah, really a special place to play the game. Hole 11, 734-foot par 4 with hazard absolutely everywhere. you've got to just play. You can either play very aggressive here or very safe. I don't feel like there's really a halfway.
Yeah, the aggressive play is with the hopes that even if you do somehow go out of bounds and hazard, you should be far enough up that the save for your 4 will be relatively easy.
Look at this. Ricky going roller through the rain.
And you can see that rooster tail just shooting water up, and that needs to get down. Nice little casual stroll from the spectator to avoid.
That's a great shot.
And he's in a position to be able to attack with his forehand hyzer to the green. And this is the first time that we've been unable to really go with our aggressive roller play off the tee, and you're going with the Sexton Firebird.
Yeah, I had thrown rollers every other round, but I did not think that my roller could have enough power through the wet grass. So I'm going to try to just throw 3 straight Sexton Firebirds.
And it's interesting to see the different ways that I've seen Ricky attack this hole so far. Round 2, we saw him lay up with putter, putter, putter. And he got his par.
Yeah.
And there he goes with the roller in these wet conditions.
And you're going huge here, trying to find that late landing zone, but this didn't ever really get the turnover you needed.
Yeah, if that had turned a bit, it could have had a shot, but you can see it well short of being in the inbounds area. Fortunately, though, that should be within range, getting up and down for the par like we're talking about.
Yeah, you're way down there. Philo, big, high, wide shot, trying to skip down.
And he's in bounds.
Nicely done.
And this is just come get me.
Yep.
Come get me kind of shot. You know, I'm going to play this one for par, and all the pressure is on Ricky here to do something fantastic and try to put one close.
Ricky unleashing. I think this might be his felon.
And he's looking because he knew he liked it out of his hand.
I think I heard him say get in.
Yeah, Ricky isn't a player that's playing for second place.
No.
You could put him 9 strokes back with 2 holes to go, and he's still going to be chasing.
Believe me, I'm trying.
Yeah, so nice shot there from Rick. Really trying to run down the leader right now, and I'm just trying to maybe get through this round in one piece. And just to execute the game plan, playing it safe, get the little skip roll. That's going to be a tap-in for par.
That was all I wanted there. In this rain, not going to go for birdie on this hole.
And Philo, even though he has incredible touch at this range of the backhand, goes with the forehand, plays the hillside nicely with very little speed, so it didn't have any chance to stand up and roll.
A couple short little forehands we've seen from Philo. Just off again on the putt from Germ. Ricky for birdie and another stroke. And that's worth a fist pump.
Brings it down to 4 strokes, I believe.
4 strokes.
That once seemingly safe lead is kind of gone now. There's really nothing safe about 4 strokes at Winthrop. It can be gone in 1 hole. And a good par save there from Philo. It's not really a save, but
yeah, just a
never in danger.
Well executed. And we are coming up to some of the hardest holes on the course.
Yeah.
Right now. So holes 12 and 13 are very, very difficult. I'm going to wager a guess that they're both in the top 6 most difficult holes.
Ooh, close. 12 is the second hardest hole to par, and 13 is the 7th hardest hole, which is surprising.
Close.
It's traditionally been one of the hardest holes.
Hole 12, 901 foot downhill par 4, stroke and distance rules, so you have to be very careful that you don't find that out of bounds. You will have only the option of drop zone or rethrow from your previous lie. This green is small and slopey and difficult.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what's going to happen. You never really know how your disc is going to land coming into this hillside on the right with the hyzer in calm conditions where it's dry. And when it's wet, you really just don't. It's so hard to attack this in 2 shots.
Ricky needs this to get over, and he has hit the haybill wall, hangs the drive out a little bit too wide, and there is almost no way to get to the green from there.
Yeah, that's a huge mistake with him tracking you down here. And this kind of came out maybe a bit early.
Yeah, this is a little bit of nerves creeping up on me. I feel like I was just kind of starting to feel the pressure of the moment a little bit, and I couldn't get a good solid grip on that disc, and it went a nice 325 feet
downhill.
Yeah, with a destroyer.
Crushed it.
Old man power.
And I talked to Shrubby about this. I wanted to just have fun, so I wanted to kind of lay into a drive here.
Yeah, man.
And I was kind of not having fun at this point, and it's not really that much more fun. Not that much fun to hit a destroyer and start rolling back towards the gallery. But
wow.
It has stayed safe.
I was so worried when I saw that thing land on that angle and roll that way. I did not expect it to do that.
Yeah, it was really strange. It was kind of one of those days when that was the roll that I was kind of expecting to get.
Yeah, and this is another early release backhand coming up 50 to 100 feet short of the landing zone I was targeting. So I was not feeling great at that moment about my shot making.
Well, this was just a surprising misrelease from Ricky with his forehand. This is held out over the road, never comes back in bounds. He's going to have to go to the drop zone from there, and he's going to be throwing his fourth shot from the drop zone. A lot of pressure on him to be able to get up and down and to save his bogey.
Yeah, and Philo is going to have to do the same thing after being low. I really was shocked. I'm not exactly sure what Ricky was trying to do with that forehand with that much power. It just must have been a bit of a grip lock or something.
Yeah.
Just where it came out of his hand way too fast.
And really all you can do from there, I tried looking at every aggressive angle from there. There was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So the layup was the only play there. And Ricky's got a really nice shot up here. Needs to sit.
Oh, yeah.
And he is throwing an incredible recovery shot from the drop zone. Philo's going to need to take some lessons from that line there. And he is throwing a really nice looking shot here as well.
Yeah, got it up high enough. Coming in for the green.
Just
Great
needs to
little
sit.
skip.
Oh,
Bullseye.
yeah. Wow, what a shot there. Against the bricks.
This is a huge shot for me as well. Another stroke and distance time. I decided to lean on the forehand after two straight bad backhands.
And look at this.
And I nailed it.
In the rocks there, inside the bricks. That is such a scary shot with that disc going left to right into that hillside. And try to play catch here with the basket. I was not necessarily as far as I'd like to throw it.
I mean, not a great effort by the basket either. It pretty much just stood exactly where it was.
Got a hustle basket.
There's a little hustle from the basket. Maybe more just you nailing it dead center, actually. But it caught it, and a great putt. Hopefully you can build on that going forward.
Yeah, hopefully.
Ricky for a single bogey. He is in.
And that's not going to feel good, but that's an incredible bogey in that situation. I mean, if he doesn't get up and down from the drop zone, or if he misses that putt, that's a round ruiner.
Yep. And I was fully expecting to lose a shot to Ricky here, to be totally honest. I was thinking he was going to rip it down there, make three, and I was questioning whether it made sense for me to even attempt to three a hole like this with the situation as it was.
Right.
So for it to go the other way and me to gain a stroke with a par was, for me, fantastic, obviously.
Yeah, had things gone the other way there, and like you said, he gained a stroke on you. It'd been three with plenty of difficult holes left. It gives you a little bit of breathing room.
Hole 13 is back in the A position, 999-foot par 5. We are playing up the left side of the fairway with our tee shots, and then from there, if you have a big drive, you can go for the island in two, or you can play up to the next landing zone and look for a birdie that way.
Yeah, this position calls for the eagle a lot more, so we could see something exciting. I know that Ricky's going to be playing for the aggressive shot here, and you're just going to try to keep one in bounds and put yourself in position, and you've done a great job with that, even though it did come out of your hand a little bit early.
Make it three straight early release backhands for me. Certainly feeling nerves at this point. but feeling happy to know that the majority of the course going forward is forehand tee shots.
Well, you know, you did release it early, but the mistake on this hole is the early release.
Mm-hmm.
If you grip lock this one off to the right and you're out of bounds early, that's not the mistake to make here. So, credit you for at least knowing your mistakes.
Sure. And Ricky crushes it here, puts himself in the zone to go for eagle, as I knew he would. He's going to leave it all out there. You know he'll do that.
Yeah, that was probably 440 feet from the tee, put in the right spot there. Maybe could have kept it a little bit closer to the sidewalk, but that just brings trouble into play. If you kind of miss that shot just by a little bit, that's the worst thing you can do. So, and I was really surprised to see you trying to go around the tree. You're going for a shot that's maybe 400 plus feet, and if you miss this shot, you're out of bounds and behind a tree, and you do not miss this shot.
That was the most aggressive shot I played to this point today. I mean, that was a moment where I just looked to my caddy and said, I think I can do this. I was still, you know, I'm just assuming Ricky's going to eagle. I'm not going to count him out. You know, you're going to assume the best from a guy that has the game he's got. So
right.
I decided I'm not going to give an inch. I'm going to attack here. I know I can do this shot. And I was so happy when I got it out of my hand with that much speed, because it was a full forehand for me.
And Philo, 3 rounds in a row, I don't know if he did this all 4 times, but I saw personally him throw this shot 3 times in a row, this technical gap shot there. That is such a difficult shot to throw.
Ricky going for the eagle, but this is a little too high and a little too much hyzer. He's going to make the island with ease.
Yeah, no worries about making the island, but he left a lot there on the table, because he needs this one to be in bounds.
He's probably over 100 feet from the pin.
And I mean, I had not to make excuses, but my run up was terrible. I slipped a couple times there. Didn't really see that in the video footage there. I got to move up a little bit closer for a better run up here, but I would be lying if I were saying at this point that I wasn't grimacing at the fact that I had to do commentary for this round. This has turned into a nightmare round.
Yeah.
And obviously the win was out of hand from the beginning, but now we're just trying to hold on to some sort of respectability.
Yep. Throw a few shots you can be proud of.
Yeah.
Philo, smooth shot right into the green.
Wow, what a great shot. He dissected this hole so well. Just played within his skill every single shot and threw fantastic shots, and he's going to have a tap-in birdie as a reward.
I'm back to my old Firebird ways. Just need to commit to this shot, get it close. And at this point, I knew it was unlikely that Ricky would be able to take a stroke from me.
And even if he does come up with a miraculous eagle, he's only gaining a stroke. I mean, it's going to take more than that. You're going to need a bogey, and he's going to need to do something crazy for something nutty to happen here. And
ooh,
off the cage, I would say that's like the 10th time that's happened so far.
Philo for birdie. Nicely done.
Very, very well done there, Philo, and the rest of the group. Ricky's not happy with his birdie, but all in all, it's a great score on hole 13. Anything can happen on this hole, as you can see from my play. And really, I'm still amazed at your second shot. It was such an aggressive, well-committed shot there around the corner. I mean, I was further up the fairway than you, and I didn't even consider the sidearm line around the tree. So,
yeah, man, thank you. It was one of the highlights for me, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Hole 14 is a 413-foot par 3 going downhill with hazard to the left of the path. The only exception being the small bubble of safe area around the basket. Common play is a big forehand here or a big wide backhand hyzer skipping down the hill. You just have to be wary of catching that path, though, if you do play the backhand.
I've seen a lot more players recently throw backhand mid-ranges at this hole.
Yeah.
Just players have the power to do it, and they don't have to worry about the big skip into the OB hazard area.
I'm going X-Cal here. Actually flipped it over a little bit.
And this needs to get a good skip and some good action here and not go back OB. And you can hear the crowd there.
Yeah.
They know what's going on there, and that's a big moment right there because that's putting pressure on Ricky, putting this one really close.
Ricky throws this really well, coming in just short of the path to not skip big and just take a roll right to the pin.
Oh, yeah. That's a big shot there for Rick. He's going to put himself still in the mix. And Philo's going to be going with the backhand rock here. Just leaves us out there a bit wider than he'd like.
He knew right away that thing had no chance to fade. He was talking to it as he threw it, that or right after it came out of his hand, like, oh man, that's way too straight.
Yeah.
Wraith?
OB?
You got a chance, don't you?
Yeah, it's got a chance. Just not today.
Oh, man. Philo just going to lay up very quickly. I had no idea he had even thrown.
No, I didn't either. They said it was my turn. I was like, wait, what about Philo?
Yeah.
And draw the bottom right side of the cage.
I just wanted to commit to this putt. I knew the danger of the rollaway was there. I didn't do it, and you could see I was pretty scared there that it was going to come rolling right back to the hazard, but luckily it sat right down.
That is so scary to hit cage on an uphill putt on the slopey green. And
yeah.
Rick gets that stroke back. Philo's going to be tapping in for his par. I wish I could say the same thing.
Yeah, Germ is in a fog right now. You can tell the way he's walking around. That's always a tough feeling.
I mean, I've shifted focus here. I want to get through this round, but I'm really at this point, I'm more focused on my buddy coming through, and I'm just really enjoying being here in the moment and watching the battle take place.
Yeah. So it is once again a 4-stroke lead over Ricky after that great birdie from him. Hole 15, 539-foot par 4, the triple Mando. You have to make it through this gate underneath the height restriction and hopefully move to the left to get a chance to attack the very protected green. There's about 100 trunks in between you and the basket once you get up there. Sometimes a 50-footer could be easier than a 20-footer when you're up under those trees.
Yeah, there's nothing guaranteed on this green. I mean, you can be 20 feet away and not have a putt.
Ricky needs a skip.
And skip, he's
getting a few of them. That is fantastic. Wow. All the way around the corner, really into almost the perfect spot.
And he didn't really have that much angle, but he just had the nose up just enough to get that beautiful skip forward. And this is the first time I've seen you do this, and this is just a brilliant play to make sure that nothing crazy happens. You just stay in bounds. And look at that. He's just getting the breaks here, too, with a great tree hit. It's going to keep him in a spot where you're going to be looking at the basket from there.
I just couldn't. I felt like I couldn't trust my backhand to be committed. After those few that I had early released, I just felt like paramount thing. Just make the Mando. Par is an all right score. Just do not cough up a bogey right now.
And through the Mando, Philo has made it. And
oh boy, missing the Mando, heading to the drop zone. Really, this drop zone, I feel like this drop zone maybe needs to change because it's an absolute throwaway shot, bogey at best. There's nothing you can even do from there.
Yeah, maybe you put it on the other side of the trees from where you and Philo are.
Somewhere tough, but at least where you can make an interesting play.
Yeah, it just is a weird shot. It's just because they have a tee pad there is the only reason it's even used.
Philo gets a nice skip here off the chips.
3 feet short, 3 feet further. He does not get that skip. Just catches the chips perfectly. He's going to be inside the circle through 2.
I'm going forehand sidewinder here. This is the first time I've thrown this sidewinder all tournament. Looking for the pinball.
Oh my gosh.
I said to my caddy before I threw it, we're playing pinball. I'm just going to throw it in there, bounce off a tree, and I think it even found the bullseye.
And Ricky has played his shot off to the right there.
And that's a pretty well-guarded angle. He's going to have a tricky putt, but I know he's made trickier.
And
a little lazy there, but I think you can still make that. Philo with a great putt.
Oh, yeah. Look at that birdie putt.
Right through the trees. Dead center.
Great commitment there from Philo. A little jog in there. I love that.
And Ricky's putt is much more difficult than it looks from right here.
Yeah, there's that little V tree, and I had to get behind Ricky to watch his line because I had the same putt just 3 feet further up.
I was back there too, watching pretty nervously.
And I was having one of the putting rounds of my life, so I felt pretty confident that I could make a putt that the best putter in the world just missed.
And you do make it.
Yeah, that felt so good. Just perfectly committed. I somehow got it over the rim. I don't know how that went in, but I was pleased to only take a bogey, if you can say that, I guess. I don't know.
Sure. I mean, bogey's the best option after you miss the Mando. I can't remember if I was in the bullseye. But
you called it out at bullseye.
I think I was.
Yeah.
Super happy with that. I mean, the trees were kind to me on this hole. 2 forehands on not really a place where I should probably be throwing forehands, but the trees helped.
Yeah, absolutely.
On to hole 16, 396-foot par 3, slightly downhill, hazard left, hazard right, OB long. You can either play up the middle with a backhand fairway or mid-range, or you can play big turnover or big forehand around the outside.
I suspect we'll see 3 forehands and probably a backhand mid-range down the middle. Just going by the backhand down the mid-range would probably be me here,
yeah,
of course.
Of course, yeah, your signature shot. I'm going Destroyer, just trying to commit to the height and the power. This is one of the best shots I've had on this hole, and I thought for a second I aced the thing.
Oh my gosh, I mean, this is a hard hole to get there on hyzer, and you just crushed it long. Unbelievable. And, oh, look at this. The backhand mid-range.
Philo with a backhand mid-range right up the middle. Ricky going wide around the outside.
And this had a chance.
Shot.
Right outside the bullseye. And
follow flight.
And watch this. It's just a little bit more pace, and maybe we could have had some fireworks here.
Wow.
Beautiful shot there from Ricky, making easy work on hole 16.
Germ swinging it out wide.
The Destroyer there. Oh, I didn't know I caught the rope there.
Didn't look like it took much off at least. Philo for the birdie, and he catches it.
Watch this. Just holds on to the furthest right link with hyzer. Look at that.
Beautiful putt.
Holds in there nicely. And this feels like a million feet away right now.
It's a nice million footer. Woo! Yeah, get the crowd involved. I love it.
There is a birdie god. And look, I mean, right there, just loving this.
In for the birdie.
Watching one of my best buds play. So focused. I mean, watching you tee off here, you threw this dart right there behind the basket. It wasn't literally a dart, but
yeah,
it was just watching you throw that, and you just turned around and just slap fives to your caddy Rico, and moving along, business as usual.
And look at that star frame. This is it. Hole 17, the round ruiner, the #1 handicap through our statistics so far, I believe.
Yep, still is.
We're back in the tougher A position at 249 feet, tucked into the corner of the green. I have to make the green here.
Yeah, there's been so many champions that have gone one way or the other because of this hole. This is the fate changer. This is a moment.
I'm going Sexton Firebird. I know I just have to commit. I don't care how far right it goes. I just need it to clear the hay bales.
And you are in, and at this moment,
feeling good, man.
That's awesome.
I'm not willing to smile or celebrate yet.
Yeah, it's not over yet. but it kind of is almost. It's pretty much over. It's pretty much over.
It doesn't feel over to me.
No, it's not over until that last putt when you lay up, but it pretty much is over.
And I think I wasn't watching the scores, but I think this must be Rick worried about Paul now, because I thought for sure Rick is either parked or in the water. There's no way Rick plays to the right side of the green.
Yeah.
But it must have just been, okay, I'm going to concede second and stay ahead of Paul.
That is a complete concession shot there. And I'm not conceding anything.
No, you were going for an ace.
Yeah. Oh, no ace, but
beautiful shot.
On the green. 4 for 4 inside the circle in this hole. The first time I've ever done that.
That's great. And Ricky content to lay up here. Going through my head was just, don't put this 25 short.
And going through my head is, don't run this putt. What are you doing?
I wasn't trying to run it. I was just trying to throw it firm enough that it wasn't going to be stupidly short and leave me with a embarrassing putt for my par.
And Philo's also playing, and he's checking with Schwebe actually for scores to see where his position is.
Playing some strategy. This is the time to do it. Your strategy is birdie the hole.
There's some fan love across the lake. Had to give them a shout out there.
And you can see the Throw Pink Distance Showcase. They're setting up for it across the way. We're about to get a great show. The biggest arms in the world.
And there's the par that seals the fate of the champion.
The par that I've been thinking about getting for about 48 hours of not sleeping.
That's it's a pretty good feeling. We're gonna go to hole 18 here. It's just shorter than 18, and it's just gonna be a couple chips away before you are named the U.S. champion.
And the 18 being in the short took a lot of weight off my mind as well. Just imagining, trying to visualize what it's going to be like if I win this. What can I do? And then thinking, oh yeah, it's going to be in the short. It made me go, oh okay. Like, I mean, how bad can you really mess up the short?
Sure.
The long is another story. Hole 18, last one we've got, 399 feet going uphill, par 3 in the short position for spectator reasons, so we can have that moment with everybody up on the deck, everybody all around the basket. We've got a few, maybe 1,000 people here watching, I'm not sure, but a huge crowd.
Yeah, at least 1,000 umbrellas, that's for sure.
Yeah, 1,000 umbrellas. Germ, after your birdie, stepping up here, going big forehand, going for the birdie.
Yeah, I mean, I was in a position where if I birdied, I would separate myself from a three-way tie, and I'm getting myself in pretty good position there with that one. But really just trying to get out of the way. It's not about me at all.
I'm just throwing my X-Cal here, trying to make sure I put on hyzer, get in bounds, don't need a lot of distance.
And at this point, you came over and asked me if anyone did anything from second card, and I said,
I was pretty sure it was impossible, but I felt I hadn't paid any attention to scores. I was only focused on Rick, and he takes an unfortunate slip there on the tee and lifts his disc straight out of bounds. But yeah, I mean, if I had done the math, I probably would have realized it's impossible for second card to have made a move.
Yeah, I mean, when you realize that you're actually shooting your 4th consecutive round in the 50s,
yeah.
No OBs this round in the rain. Only 1 OB in the last 2 rounds on hole 17.
Yeah, that's the way you draw it up for sure.
I mean, it's inspiring disc golf. It's unreal. And Philo's up there for his par and his share of 4th place.
I was not willing to risk a forehand here and have a roll away, so I just threw it up. I had already told my caddy I will not putt from outside the bullseye.
And Ricky's going to lay up as well. I'm going to try to separate myself from this three-way tie. But that pesky right side cage, that was kind of in the way all day.
Yeah, Rick came and told me, "Hey man, let us go first." And I said, "No, I'm not."
Rick's like, "All right, man."
He was confused. Probably a lot of people were confused, but I already had it in my head. If I'm not in the bullseye, I'm not putting it. I'm not gonna take a roll away. My legs felt like nothing but jello. I did not want any part of that putt. I'd earned the right to lay it up, and lay it up I did.
Philo enjoying the moment. His first league card at the USDGC last round. What a great round there from Philo.
Yeah, and after, I think, a career best 19th place finish, he is back with a top fiver. And there it is. I couldn't believe it. Hugs all around. You know, some of my best friends here to watch. My wife and baby right there trying to get my attention.
You're just lost.
I didn't know where I was. Then I found them.
This is great.
Yeah, man, I still can't really believe it. Something I've always wanted to do, for sure. Win a big one.
And Cora, do you think she understands what's going on?
Not a chance.
You're in that right.
This will be an awesome thing to explain to her one day.
Yeah, she'll like this video, hopefully.
And there's Schwebby there for the hugs and hand pounds. This is a moment that every disc golfer dreams of in front of such an incredible crowd. And what a way to win. To shoot 4 rounds in the 50s. I mean, it's been done before, but it's something that you've never done that before.
No, never.
And 0 penalties.
Penalties, none for me. That was the plan. Just stay clean, make birdies, make the other guys work. And there is the final placings. First for me, second for Ricky, Philo in 4th, Paul with a fantastic 55 coming all the way back into 3rd. Greg and Philo tied there in 4th. Seppo, highest place European, in 6th.
There it is, your 2017 United States Disc Golf Champion winner, the 2008 winner, Nate Doss, congratulating the newest addition to the USDGC Champions Club, holding up Coraline, friends, family, loved ones, all in attendance to watch. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thank you, guys.